Hey there and welcome to my channel. This is a quick frequently asked question video I just wanted to make because I did have a few people asking me this, and it's a frequently asked question over a long period of time, but all of a sudden people are asking this right now. And I feel like there's some stuck energy around the twin flame path, the spiritual awakening, the ascension. I feel like there's some kind of, I don't know, resistance, but it does feel to me like there's a lot of people who came awake, who, opened up to the spiritual path, and they just feel stopped now. So I'm making this video today to talk about that, and that's what we're going to do next. All right, so welcome back. So if you feel stuck on the twin flame journey or on the spiritual path, I just want to offer a couple of ideas and things that you might consider in your own journey, and I'll share a little bit about my own journey too. And first of all, I want you to know that it's very common, that stuck is a feeling that we don't like because it's frustrating and it's something that we may not completely understand, and it's like, why is this happening? And oh my God, I don't want to deal with this. But first of all, it's common, it's normal, it's okay. So if you can just let yourself be like, well, it's normal. It's okay to feel stuck on this path. That does a good job of like releasing the need to move it forward. And that need to move it forward is resistance, okay? So it's going to give you more stuckness. So just be like, well, you know what? Totally normal. Okay? That's number one. Number two is that I feel like we get downloads, we get information, we get things coming into us, and then nothing. There may be silence, right? It could feel like a void. It could feel like things aren't moving, progressing. Things, you may have abundance in your life, but because it's kind of like flatline, it doesn't feel like you have abundance in your life. Or you can have some opportunities and you're not recognizing these things as, part of moving forward because it's sort of ephemera, right? It's not something that you feel is tangible. So part of this feeling of stuckness, of not moving forward, is what your expectation of feeling not stuck is. What does that feel like to you when I'm not stuck? Things feel like they're in the flow, things are moving along as I expected. But the twin flame journey or the spiritual path is nothing like what you've ever done before. So how would you have an expectation around what it feels like to not be stuck? I would invite you to think about it this way. What if this feeling of being stuck is actually more important to my journey, to my soul's, progress than the feeling of flow, right? It's like people only change or move forward when they feel pain. And I'm going to use pain in a very loose way. It's sort of like, the pain of frustration, the pain of, not knowing, the pain of feeling unmoored or feeling, right? When people only change, people only learn and progress when they feel like, okay, something's not right here. It's trying to get your attention. So my tips for these kinds of things when you're not moving forward, when things aren't progressing in the way that you want them to, my practice is this. I do a morning meditation for myself. I ask for guidance, and I release and let go to allow the guidance to come in. So it's not about thinking. It's not about engaging your mind to solve a problem like you would normally do. Again, this is new stuff. So it's like it's going to require you to build some new muscles in order for you to work with this energy. Some of you are further down the path than that. Some of you are not. Wherever you are, it's totally cool where you are. So just don't stop comparing yourself to other people. Okay? So when you're asking for guidance, when I'm doing that morning meditation, really what I'm doing is, just 10 minutes of like quieting my mind, quieting myself, opening and asking for assistance. I do my reading in the morning. I sort of look at what cards show up for me, and I do a little writing about it. I do a little bit of automatic writing about it. And automatic writing is putting pen to paper and just writing. Just because what happens is your brain is so strong, your thinking patterns are so strong that you have to write for a while before you get beyond that. Okay, and I want to recommend a book to you, Julia Cameron's The Artist Way. If you already know this book, I hope you do. It's a wonderful book, and it's about the practices that you can put in place. It's called, Artist Pages, and she says 3 pages, 8 by 10 notebook size, not the teeny tiny kind, notebook size. You put your pen to paper and you keep writing for 3 pages. Don't stop. Even if it's gibberish, even if it's stuff that makes no sense to you, I want you to just do this. Practice this in the morning. You can do a tarot reading for yourself, or you don't have to. You can listen to a morning message here on this channel, or you don't have to. It's really not about that. It's about you getting beyond your own blocks, your own thinking patterns to get to the other side of it. Okay? So, and I will say as a little asterisk, this is like a, like process, point 2A or whatever it is. You don't feel the need to have an answer. That may not be the reason for today's writing experience. If you do this every morning, let's say 30 days, okay? Do it every morning for 30 days. It's a lot of commitment, but it will become habit after you do it for a while. And what I have learned from doing that is that there's so much beyond my brain. That's why you're seeing channeling videos now. That's why you're seeing me do some different kinds of things that I would normally do, because that's coming from this process of doing these morning pages, okay? 3 pages of just my own, whatever's going on. And very soon, because I do this daily, because I do this work daily, also the morning messages and other things, I know what it feels like to be on the other side of my brain. When you watch my morning messages, those are channeled messages, okay? And there's a couple of different kinds of channeling. So those are channeled messages that are very conscious, like it's coming through my brain, I see it and everything like that. Some of the channeled messages I'm doing that are just audio is really like the next level of channeling, where I'm just allowing the messenger, whoever it is, it's always positive, high vibration messenger, to come through, and I'm allowing that to happen. When I'm talking with you and I'm doing tarot, it may be a little bit like my own stories show up. It's just like whatever's showing up for me. It's a little bit of a process that I've used my entire life. So when you feel stuck, when you feel like on this spiritual path, people can get a little antsy when they feel like they don't have the answer to something. I totally get that. That's probably why you watch tarot. That's probably why you're watching my channel to begin with. So I get it. It's good for you to connect to your own guides and be your own messenger. Okay? So you may watch me, you may watch other people, and that's all fine. But the real work here begins when you may hear me say something, you may hear Allie say something, you may hear, Sonia say something, and it just gets you going. It sparks a little something. If you feel that way during a morning message or during, a tarot reading of any kind, or any kind of channeled message you might be watching or listening to, just start writing, start doing things. I am not a person that believes that a computer keyboard is the same process. It's different muscles. It's a different way of you engaging with your brain, because there's letters that you have to, even if it's like second nature to you, it's still a different process. So using pen to paper is, to me, this is just my opinion. You can do whatever you want, obviously, but my opinion is that using pen to paper, getting a journal, look at me with my journal and all my pages that I want to reference, because that's information that's coming through, and that's stuff that I can then reference and go back to. So I just wanted to do this little video about, if you feel stuck, number one, it's okay. It's normal. Number two, there's some things you can do to get out of it. This is one thing I want to recommend is a morning routine. I want to recommend doing morning pages. I want to recommend that you start listening to yourself. And when you do these morning pages, what's on the other side of your thought process is really important. You may think it's gibberish now. When you write it down, okay, it's just like writing down your dreams. You can do that too. When you write things down, you can go back and reference them. there's something tangible for you to go back to and go, oh, I remember that I had this kind of thinking or feeling or dream, or I remember in my morning pages this came out, I had no idea what it meant. Later on, there might be something that shows up in your life that's like, oh, and then you're going to want to go back and read what you wrote, okay? Because that's more information for you. So again, I'm sharing my process with you because you have asked, and I'm happy to do it. If you like the content I create on this channel, these kinds of videos, please drop a comment, like, subscribe, and share. That will be awesome. And also drop a question if there's something you would like me to cover in a video like this, where it's really just tips and things that I have come through in my own life. I'm happy to share it. If, for those of you on the lives and things like that, you hear a lot about my life and my process here. I'm super happy to share it. Okay, so thank you for watching this, and if you have anything to share, please share your experiences down below. So thanks very much.